Welcome to my YouTube channel, Neri the Coder. Today we're going to be starting a new tutorial on React Query. And in this lecture we're going to be talking about the course outline and what we can expect from this course, where we can get reach with this course, and what we are going to learn. So yeah, let's just dive into the lecture. The course outline, the first thing is the prerequisites. What do we need before getting to the React Query tutorial? And intermediate level skills on React hooks and functional components are essential. So that basically you need to have some knowledge of React hooks and functional components. That's basically essential if you want to dive into this tutorial. If you don't have any knowledge of React hooks and functional components, or if you have used React with class components and didn't touch any functional components and all that, I'll give a basic touch on that as well, and I also have a separate tutorial on React.js, so you can just go and watch the videos over there, or I'll just explain a little bit in this lecture as well. A basic understanding of REST APIs and data fetching and JavaScript, so basically a basic knowledge of how Ajax works and how we can make requests to different servers and how we get the data, and all of this async process of fetching data from the servers. So you should have basic knowledge of that as well. And make sure you have Node.js runtime installed on your machine. So that's basically a requirement that you must have a Node.js installed on your machine. So that was basically it on the prerequisites. And we're going to be talking about what we are going to learn in this course. So the first thing first, introduction to React Query. What is basically React Query? How we can use it and why we have to use it actually. Would it replace Redux or any other state management library that we use nowadays? So is it a replacement for that or not? So we'll learn it, and after some practical hands-on in this tutorial, you will get to know how it really works and how powerful it is. And we'll do some project setup. We'll create a React application using the CRA, the Create React App CLI tool. We'll be fetching data using the use query hook that is provided by React Query library, and we'll handle different states of use query, like loading state and the success state and the error state. So the use query hook basically gives you this access to if there is some kind of error, or if the data is fetching, the request is made to the server, and if you have a successful response or you have error at the end. React Query developer tools, we're going to talk about that as well. We'll talk about query caching, how we can cache data, what is stale time, how we can stale data, what is the stale data basically, and React Query. We will talk about refetch defaults. There's some configuration about the refetch and all that, and we'll talk about polling. We'll talk about use query activation on click. So basically use query is activated by default. So what happens if you want to make a request based on some user events like click? Is just a simple example, but we can have some multiple events that we want to make a request to the server. So how we can do that with React Query. And we'll talk about the success and error callbacks, and we'll talk about data transformation and custom query hook, and how we can create our own hook and wrap that use query hook inside that and make use of that. Parallel queries, how we can make parallel queries using React Query, and we'll talk about pagination. And then once we get the data from the server, how we can make some changes or update that data. So we use a use mutation hook for that, in order to update a data or make a post request, so that we can handle with that. And also we will do query invalidation. So query invalidation is basically the concept in React Query that when, for example, you fetch some new data from or make some update on a certain data, then you can invalidate the old data and get the latest data from the server. And then optimistic update. We'll talk about optimistic update, how you can optimistically update the data and the user won't see any lagging or something like that, or loading state. And then we'll talk about Axios interceptors, and that's going to be the last thing that we'll talk about in this course. So this is basically the end of the course outline, and that is based on React Query. This is very really nice and powerful tool, and I've been using it for a long time. So I just wanted to share with you guys. I hope that you guys will follow along the tutorial, and I hope that you'll learn something new from this tutorial as well. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for new updates and videos. And until that, I'll see you in the next video.